Start the clock.
Good afternoon. At the tone, time will be
Real time.
Welcome back to another episode of Supercoach RD11. Nick Nance back with you for another week. We had a good one. Happy about it. Finally, I think back-to-back really good weeks, actually. So we scored 2,484 for the week, and that was good enough to move us up to almost inside the top 3,000. So just sitting outside at 3,179 spot. The story of this week, I guess, was Cog's big 200 game and the Sloan injury, which affected a lot of people. I know last time we took a look at the top 10 teams about 2 weeks ago, Sloan was in 50% of the teams, and that's going to really hurt them. But on the plus side for us, if you don't have him, it's an opportunity to move up, because if you're behind, you're going to need luck, and bad luck for Sloan owners, good luck for non-Sloan owners. So with that said, let's take a look at the team and see how everyone did. So the trades this week finally got Grundy into the team, and it's going to make a huge difference going forward. Rob was really good and serviceable and made us money, and was great, but it was a really good time to get rid of him. It was disappointing this week. It was going up against Gorn, so Gorn took him to the woodshed, as you would sort of expect. And I think everyone was set to bring in Hinge, and he got dropped. So that sort of stuffed everyone's sort of trade values. I know a lot of people went Baker, but personally, I didn't want to go Baker. I just don't like his job security. And so I just decided to go with Gardner, and I really wanted a swing between defense and the midfield, so I can sort of play around with stuff a little bit more. And hopefully the Bulldogs need tall, so I'm just thinking Gardner might be able to hold this spot regardless of how crap he is, at least for a while, or at least until the buys. And he was cheaper priced than Baker as well, so 102 price. Very nice. It's extra money to trade with during the buys. So we've got 141k banked for that. And going into next week, I'm thinking at this stage no trades. But if Lockhart doesn't get named, I'll probably might go early on a Brawley from Freo, or even probably Brawley. And I really think Bennell might get a game too. And if he does next week, I'll definitely be bringing Bennell in, just because of what he's capable of, and sort of low risk at this point. And if he can end up being a D7, perfect. Oh, sorry, an M10 would be perfect. So Lloyd in defense, Lloyd was great, 123. He sort of bottomed out in price. So if you didn't pick him up when he bottomed out, tough luck, I guess. But I think most people should have him in their teams at this point. Lockie Whitfield was disappointing, got tagged by Holman, got beat up all game, and then Swallow sort of hit him with the cheapie, and he went off. They were worried about his collarbone, but apparently he's okay, but GWS reports that could mean 6 weeks. But hopefully he plays next week, because it's the buys and we really need everyone to be playing. Sicily finally delivered a good score, but he might get suspended because he's an idiot. I didn't see the incident, so I'm hoping it's not too bad, but people are saying it's either 1 week or nothing. I really need him for the buys in 2 weeks' time, because that's the leanest one, and I'm going to be so dirty if he gets suspended. A lot of people would have been looking to bring him into for that buy, and that's sort of going to stuff everyone's trade plans around. Also, don't have him, but Hearn had a hamstring issue, didn't play that last quarter. They're saying it's just tightness, but if you have him, that's not really what you want going into the buys. But at least the buys next week are a lot more friendly than the other two. Smith, 96, great. Marty Hall was laid out. Disappointing, because he was set to earn a bit of cash before we got rid of him. Duzma, 92. He's been great the last couple of weeks, so he's got an average of close to 100 the last couple of weeks, and he's going up in price a lot, which is great. Ainsworth had to cover for Hall and actually did okay. Surprisingly, pulled a 71, which is good for him. The midfield, we VC'd Kelly and we loopholed it, 138. I wish it was Kelly and Cogs were switched, and we would have had a chance to go for weekly this week. We would have been pretty close, I think, if Kelly had the 200 and we captained him. But not to be greedy. 145, fantastic. McRae down, disappointing. Oliver could have had a bigger game than he did. I mean, he had that massive second quarter where he had like 14 touches, scored like 60 points in a quarter. And you thought he was going to kick on and maybe go 170, but he only ended up with the 122, barely touched it in the third quarter. Paddy Cripps, bit of a worry. He only had about 11 touches today. He looks broken. He looks like Carlton's finally sucked the soul out of him. I wonder what happens with Bolton. I think he might go this week. I think tomorrow might be the story. Bolton gone, but we'll see. But Cripps definitely playing like someone. He looks like a different player from the first couple of weeks of the season compared to the last couple. I think he's just already broken his back for this club. So hopefully he can turn it around. He's got the talent, so hopefully he does. Crouch, great, scored 3 goals. Finally put up a big score for all the numbers that he gets, 127. Welsh, disappointing. He might be sort of tailing off a bit. I'm sort of just holding on for the next 2 weeks. So hopefully he doesn't drop too much in price and can produce a couple, plus 80s the next couple of weeks, and I'll be happy with that. But yeah, these kids are going to get tired at some point, especially with getting beat up in the midfield. And he's played big midfield minutes basically from round 1 to now. So I'm sure his body's a bit tired, and he's probably sick of losing too. So we loophole Lockhart's stack was fantastic. We got a free hit there, 107. He's going to go up in price, probably be 380 after his buys, and the perfect time to get rid of him. Atkins, he was looking really good at halftime. I think he was on 55 and only finished on about 67, so it was a disappointing finish, but he's continuing to earn money, and he's definitely a good option to have during the buys, because with his new role, he can score 100, score a ton up for you. Grundy and Gordon combo finally, and I was wrong about Grundy at the start of the season, and I wish I started with him, and we'd probably be ranked higher than we are now. But we got him, and that's the main thing, and looking forward to vice captaining him throughout the season and getting some big captain scores. Kelly was maybe a little bit down with the 92. Danger back to his best with the 130. Cameron good with kick 5 goals or 109. And Marshall, he was really fantastic, 139. He really is a Grundy light. That's what we should call him, Grundy light. He's very similar to a young Grundy, and I think he's only going to get better with confidence as the season goes on, and you can lock him in for 100 plus. I think, basically 100 average for the rest of the year, and for a forward at the price that we got him for is great. It's just too bad that he missed that game with illness when we brought him in. He got tailed up by Grawn, missed game by illness, and we had to play someone from our bench, and it killed our scoring that week. That's the only week we lost ground since the start of the season. But Marshall, definitely happy with him. Haney disappointing, but he sort of gets a pass because at halftime he was only on 25 and he ended up finishing on 75. I thought he was going to stink up like a 50. So those extra 25 points are handy. And Baker's just been fantastic ever since we brought him in. 85, he has a 82 average, and for a rookie forward, can't ask for more than that. And he's earned a ton of money as well, and he'll be ripe to trade after his buys. Bolter at 47, and again, those Richmond guys are probably all going to go after their buys, so we'll be bringing in primos for them, and they've done their job. They've made cash, and they put up big scores when we needed them to, and couldn't be more happy with that. Young, he's been disappointing, and he will get dropped this week, and he will probably never play another game this year. He just doesn't get enough of the ball. He's not seen, and when he does get it, he really didn't do much with it. So I'll be shocked if he isn't dropped, and it's going to sort of stuff people around for the buys because you need every hand on deck. But we're not looking too bad for the buys. So next week we should be fine. We've got excess players, and as I said, if Lockhart doesn't get named, I'll probably go early on a Brawley just to build up more funds. And then the next couple of weeks, we'll look to bring primos in and replenish the side. So we should have 18 playing every week. and we'd be looking to almost have our side completed except for our last defender. So yeah, good times ahead. Hopefully we can make a run during the buys. I'm probably going to do a video on Tuesday, just breaking down the top 10 teams again. It'll be interesting to see what they look like going into the buys, and then we'll do it 3 weeks later after the buys. But other than that, hope everyone else had a big week also, and we'll see you next time. Bye.